What's going on, everyone? Alex Hart here, and it's that time again where I wake up, I roll up in here, we go over last night's baseball games. Some crazy news actually went down yesterday. Albert Pujols was released by the Angels, which I don't know, it's not really the biggest of surprises. It's kind of like about time, and it seems like that time, and a lot of articles being written about it and how he's below any replacement value, and et cetera, et cetera. So, big salute to the All Star. I'm not sure if we'll see him in another on another team or not, but that's pretty much the biggest news of the day last night. We had, what was it, 10 games, so we can go a little bit slower than the 16 game days, but otherwise we're just going to jump into it. Please go down there, like, subscribe to the channel. Power rankings, updated power rankings coming out in a couple of days, so I need some feedback on how your guys' teams are doing, et cetera, et cetera. First game of the day, we got Astros 7, Yankees 4. This was the first time in a little while that I've seen the Yankees bullpen blow it down the stretch. Chad Green specifically, now 0-3 on the season. Astros put up 6 runs in the last 3 innings here. One of them was off of Garrett Cole. Stanton hits his 9th home run of the season. Clint Frazier hits his 3rd. On the other side, Alvarez has 2 home runs for the Astros. He's up to 5. And then we got Altuve hitting his 2nd as well, and Malicano hitting his 1st of the season after missing quite a few games down the stretch there. Alvarez had a 3-hit night, and Malicano also had a 3-hit night. Garrett Cole goes 7, 2 earned runs, and really he had the lead even when he left after that 7th inning. Chad Green blows it, like I said. Lance McCullers on the other side, 6 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 8 Ks, gets the no decision, and Scrub comes in there. Ain't nobody want no scrub. Comes in there and gets the close and save. So it's a big win for the Astros. They avoid getting the sweep from the Yankees, and they get the last laugh in this one, winning that one. Next up, we have the Phillies 2, the Brewers 0, and the Phillies in this case came back with Wheeler on the mound. Really big performance. They needed to win here, and I think that's back-to-back wins now for them. Alec Baum hits his 4th home run of the season. It's no on, so it's just a 1-run solo shot. The other one was generated. Wheeler, 9 innings pitched, 8 Ks. Goes the complete game shutout. And Woodruff, 6.2, 1 earned run, so 11 Ks from Woodruff. Overall, he had a good game as well. But Wheeler, that's what, his 3rd, at least his 2nd complete game, might even be. He's carried this team on certain nights. And when the Phillies can avoid going to the bullpen, they have a shot at getting zeros from the other team. Boston 12, Tigers 9. Tigers had a pretty good lead in this one going into the bottom of the 8th, and then I guess when I say pretty good, it wasn't really that good, but they put up a 4-spot, Boston did, and it's, again, the Tigers bullpen can't hold it together late in this game. Ottavino gets the save, his 1st of the season, not normally his role, but I guess they brought him in for that particular circumstance. We had Evaldi go 4.1, 6 earned runs, so Evaldi now back-to-back games had somewhat of rough pitching stats. On the home run side of it, we had none for Boston, which is kind of surprising considering how many runs, and none. So there's no home runs in this entire game on 21 runs. Pretty crazy, actually, to think about. But overall, the earned runs come from the top of the Tigers. There's only 5 earned runs, so the rest are unearned. We had 6 errors in this game. You don't see that very often. Wow. Next up, we have the Rangers 4, Twins 3. Twins drop this series to the Rangers, and the Rangers come back with another late inning come-together win, and they got to be pretty pumped up about that. Twins now dropping to 11-19 on the season. Kepler hits his 1st home run of the season. Gallo hits his 4th, and Helm his 2nd for the Rangers. So pretty awesome. Pineda, 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, no decision. Then we have Robles coming in there for the blown save, his 1st of the season. Lyles on the other side, 5, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks, and then they bring in their bullpen. And Saboas gets his 1st save of the season. A bunch of guys, honestly, other than Hearn, that I don't really know from the Rangers. A lot of names overall that the Rangers are bringing up. But overall, they're getting it done, and they're almost 500. might be time to start taking them a little bit more seriously than some of those other teams in the West that figured to be ahead of them at least at one point. Next up, Mets 4, Cardinals 1. This ends up being a series split, I believe, between the two teams. And Taijuan Walker's the story in this one. 7 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, and then 8 Ks. Gant on the other side, 4.1, 1 earned run, 6 walks, so it gets him into trouble. And he's going to get the loss off that 1 earned run overall. And then the bullpen gives up a couple more. But on the Mets side of it, I know they were worried Carrasco's now been out, and he's expected to be out even a little bit longer now. So the fact that Taijuan Walker, he's having a great season so far, 2.38 ERA, and he's 2-1. They're getting what they paid for with him for sure. Cleveland 4, Royals 0, and they complete the entire sweep. And as I was saying yesterday, they had come from behind in every game prior to that against the Royals. However, they just straight up win this one end to end. McKenzie goes 5, no earned runs, 5 Ks. Danny Duffy 5.2, 3 earned runs. So like again, not a bad start. He's 1.26 ERA on the season, but they had no offense this game. And overall, Reyes hits his 8th home run of the season for Cleveland, and they get it. 4 runs, and I think they have a pretty good stat out there. As long as the Indians get 5 runs at least, they're good, pretty good for sure shot to win at most days. I think you could probably look at that stat on most teams in general, but Cleveland, it seems to stand out a bit more. Next up, Blue Jays 10, Athletics 4. Blue Jays had a 16-hit night, and it was led by Marcus Semien, leading off here with 4 hits. And his return to Oakland, this is his return to Oakland in the series. He was kind of quiet until this game. Grichuk's 6th home run of the season. Jansen hits his first of the season for the Jays. I know it's a big, he's struggling for a long time. Starting to maybe turn the page a little bit. Semien, 7th home run of the season for that man. And then on the Oakland A's, Canna hits his 5th of the season. Overall, Vladdy, 0 hit night, so no, not on base. Oh, he got a run, so somehow got on base. I don't see it in the box score how. It must have been hit by pitch or something. Where do they? I'm having trouble finding these hit by pitches sometimes. You gotta figure out where they stash them, but I thought it would be in these stats. But anyway, Ryu goes 5, 4 earned runs, 6 Ks. A little bit of a struggle coming back from, I guess he was on not the IR, but a day-to-day kind of thing. And then Mike Fiers 3.1, 5 earned runs, and the Jays just got to any pitcher that came in the game, they were getting runs. So overall, great offensive game for the Jays, and they get their ace, a nice win along the way. Braves 3, Nationals 2. I think the Braves complete their sweep here. There's a lot of talk about Jeff Mathis coming in, stepping in for Darno now that he's hurt, and how he is not, he's basically a wins over replacement mediocre, but he's 17 years in the league now, this man, and whatever team he ends up on always seems to get a little boost to their pitching. That seems to be the case today with Drew Smyly, 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 4 walks. So like, he had a great game, probably his best of the season for Smyly. Lester on the other side, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Pretty solid for what you can expect from Lester this season. Home runs, there were none. Acuna had just 1-hit game, and that's really, there wasn't anything that stood out offensively. 3-2 game, and Drew Smyly was a great game. Marlins 3, Diamondbacks 1, and the Marlins complete the sweep. So there was a couple of sweeps there in a row that we're talking about. Marlins, Lopez 5, 0 earned runs, 6 Ks, no decision. Bumgarner 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 Ks. Ever since that first couple of times we got knocked around, Bumgarner's at least settled down quite a bit here. Bukakis gets the loss in the blown situation. Home run, Rojas hits his first of the season, and Adam Duvall his 6th of the season. Pretty much the main guy that's hitting home runs for the Marlins this year. Big part of that, what their offense has been able to do, even though he's only batting 200. Yeah. Next up, we have the last game of the night, and it's another sweep and another come-from-behind victory for the Tampa Bay Rays, who put up a 7 spot in that 8th inning. I know the MLB wrote an article about how crazy that inning was. I didn't jump too much into it, but there was a lot of hits, 13 batters or something getting to the plate. So overall, bullpen, again, issue. Angels just looking atrocious. If they didn't have Ohtani or Trout, this team would be a disaster, really. Ohtani hits his 10th of the season, becomes the third man to hit the double-digit club. Zunino for the Rays hits his 6th. Heaney did go 6.2, 0 earned runs, 10K. So their starting pitcher, that's the thing with the Angels. Starting pitcher, amazing. They didn't get the run support. They didn't get the bullpen. If you can see here, the bullpen comes in and just blows it with 8 runs in that one inning. Coleman Q led things off for the Rays. He went 2 and 5 Ks, and then they bring in Josh Fleming. So the Rays are always doing weird stuff, and you gotta respect them overall for doing that. And they're really making a big point of, okay, we're a big part of this AL East. Don't count us out. I'd start to be like, okay, maybe they're not going to be the team they are, but they are. They're turning out to still be that same team. You just gotta trust it. Moving on to injury report here. We got Byron Buxton. Injury trouble struck again Thursday in the extra inning loss. It's not good for the Twins. Absolutely not good. The star center did not run out a ground ball in the 7th inning. He grabbed his leg and hobbled off. Ooh. And on another note, the Twins also put Kirilloff on a 10-day and Arizaz Ariz on a 7-day. So kind of touched on this earlier with the Mets. Carrasco, torn right hamstring. His hamstring has not responded as well as they'd hoped. So he's been moved to the 60-day. Ooh, that's not good. He'll be eligible to return starting in June, it looks like. DeGrom was scratched from the start. We talked about that a couple days ago. His bullpen session, if it all goes well, he'll play on Sunday. So hopefully everything goes well, because DeGrom, he's basically Cy Young locked up at this point. Jazz Chisholm, looks like an update for him. He was sidelined later in April. He may return coming up in the next couple days, it looks like. And then the Blue Jays have a couple issues here. Springer back on the 10-day DL, which is no, we don't want to see that. But he's back on there. The injury is not severe. It's more like fatigue in his quads, so hopefully that's okay. David Phelps, 10-day DL. Kirk, who is basically their best hitter as a catcher, is out for at least 4 weeks with a left flexor strain on that. And then we got the Angels. They have a long list here. I'm not going to read through it too much because there's not any super key players. Rendon's on the 10-day injured list with left knee contusion. Ouch. And then Upton's also out. So Upton and Rendon out. We're talking about the troubles with the Angels. Joey Votto, left thumb hit by pitch. So he could be potentially missing a little bit there. Odor and Vogt we talked about yesterday a bit, but Odor is on the 10-day DL now. And Vogt is in his rehab assignment. Phillies dealing with Harper. He's out of the lineup for the 6th time in 7 days, so he's played 1 game, really. Roberto Perez, Jake Arrieta, he's optimistic. He'll only require the minimum of 10 days. Diego Castillo, we know what he's like as a big staple in the Rays bullpen. He's going to the 10-day DL. Yelich, still no update, really. Yelich had 2 hits on Monday in his first game since April 11th, but he went back on the 10-day. We already knew that. And then Sale is reaching milestones, so we might be seeing Chris Sale coming back soon for the Boston Red Sox. I'm sure that'll just amp up everybody about that. But that's basically it. Wrapping up, Thursday last night, the games, the injury report, and all that. We'll see you guys for the next video.